Good evening, everyone. A defiant Rochester mayor fighting back tonight after her husband was arrested in a drug bust. It is the latest personal and professional crisis to surround the mayor, who's facing re-election. The newest scandal broke yesterday when Timothy Granison, the mayor's husband, was arrested. At the same time, state police searched the mayor's home. Granison was formally charged today, and hours later, the mayor spoke out. And we have team coverage for you on this story. Kayla Green and Christian Garzone are both live in Rochester for us. Allie Peters also standing by. Kayla, let's begin with you. We know the mayor's husband was one of the 7 people arrested in this operation. What else are we learning?
Well, Adam, District Attorney Sandra Dorley says this investigation is very significant and says these 7 arrests could just be the beginning. She says they searched several homes and cars yesterday and says that there's several more searches that are going to be happening in the coming days.
This whole organization was a mid-level drug organization that was infecting the city of Rochester.
7 arrests, 7 homes seized, all part of a 7-month-long wiretap narcotics investigation. Monroe County District Attorney Sandra Dorley says so far they've secured $60,000 worth of powder and crack cocaine, several guns, and $100,000 in cash.
Over 2 kilos of crack and powder cocaine. That's significant, especially for this community.
One of those arrested, Mayor Lovely Warren's husband, Timothy Granison. Police stopped him in a car yesterday in relation to his involvement with the narcotics ring. Police say they found cocaine and an unregistered firearm in Granison's and Warren's home at 93 Woodman Park. Dorley says this investigation is not politically motivated and Granison wasn't the original target.
This was originally an investigation that was led by the Rochester Police Department in Granite. During the course of that wiretap investigation, the evidence led us to Timothy Granison. At that point, in order to preserve the integrity of the wire, I asked that the New York State Police come in.
State Police Major Barry Chase says the mayor wasn't home at the time of the search, but her daughter was.
We took her father back to the residence, and we let him call her out so we could explain things to her. And then I contacted someone, and a family member showed up and removed her from the residence. So.
Police say they are trying to interview Warren through her lawyers, and Dorley wouldn't comment on whether the mayor could be implicated in this investigation or whether she was heard on the wiretaps. Live in Rochester, Kayla Green, News 8.
All right, Kayla, thank you. Let's turn now to Christian Garzone, who is live at City Hall. And Christian, the mayor's husband will be back in court on June 21st, and that's one day before the primary election. Just one of many reasons the mayor is saying she's the victim of politics tonight.
Well, Maureen, that's essentially what she's saying. Now, the mayor gave a prepared statement and quickly walked out a door and did not take any questions during the press conference. She says right now we have to ask why when it comes to the timing in all of this. She says she's separated from her husband and says she's not spoken with him since the arrest. She says she is feeling anger, betrayal, and hurt right now. She says this year has been hard for her, losing her mother from COVID, but this year, she says, has been full of big proposals like fully funding the Police Accountability Board and big reforms when it comes to the police department and things like reparations. Tough decisions, she says, that can be unpopular with some. She says the timing of all of this is suspect and feels this could be a case of politics. She says she has done nothing wrong and is suggesting the district attorney made some kind of deal to smear her family's name. She says the DA is eager to get her and angry at her. She says there are many inconsistencies right now. Again, she asks why.
I find the timing of yesterday's events, 3 weeks before early voting starts, to be highly suspicious. Let's ask ourselves why, at the exact time that the police were knocking at my door, the New York Times, all the way from Manhattan, was sending me an email asking me about this. Finally, we need to ask ourselves, if this is not about politics, why is Tim's next court date June 21st, the day before primary day. Now that's quite the coincidence. Now when you figure out those answers to those questions, come find me, because I'll be working.
Now, just to note, the lawyer for Warren's husband did say they asked for a 30-day adjournment in the case. That's why the court date is on June 21st. At City Hall, Christian Garzone, News 8. Etta Maureen, right back to you.
All right, Christian, thank you. We should note Mayor Warren is herself facing charges of campaign finance fraud related to her previous re-election campaign, and she's also accused of lying to the public about the death of Daniel Prude, who suffocated while under arrest and died a week later last year. Her Democratic challenger in the mayoral primary this June is City Councilman Malik Evans, and Evans spoke with us earlier today.
The city cannot use any distractions right now. We're coming out of COVID. We have a lot of trust to rebuild as it relates to Daniel Prude, and we've seen the highest levels of violence in our city. Over 140 shootings in the last 5 months of the year. So we need to get focused on the issues at hand like a laser, and that's what we're focused on with this campaign.
The primary vote between Warren and Evans once again taking place on June 22nd.
We turn now to the courtroom. Timothy Granison, Lovely Warren's husband, was arraigned this morning. Allie Peters was watching the hearing from start to finish. Allie, the mayor said she feels hurt and betrayed and has not spoken to Granison since his arrest. What happened in court today?
Yeah, I was inside the city courtroom this morning for Granison's arraignment. He appeared over video from the Monroe County Jail, and that's when he was read 3 felony complaints that have been filed against him. Timothy Granison walking out of the Monroe County Jail with a shirt over his head just before noon. This after the 42-year-old was arraigned for drug and weapon charges.
This is on today for purposes of an arraignment based upon 3 felony complaints that have been filed against you.
Granison facing 3 felony charges, which include criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 3rd degree, criminal possession of a controlled substance with intent to sell, 3rd degree, and criminal possession of a firearm. Granison's attorney entering a plea on behalf of his client.
And ask that you enter a not guilty plea on each and every charge before the court.
News 8 spoke with Granison's defense attorney, John DeMarco, after the proceeding.
There's 2 charges that allege possession of contraband, appears to be cocaine, and an allegation that there was a firearm inside the home that was not registered to, I believe, anybody that they believe to be residing in the home.
Granison was released on his own recognizance, which means there is no bail, but the judge stressed how important it is that he appears at any future court appearances.
If you fail to appear for a scheduled court date, you may have a bench warrant issued directing a police officer to take you into custody and bring you to court.
Now, Granison is due back in court on June 21st at 10 a.m. The DA's office says they do plan to present this case to a grand jury before his next court appearance. Allie Peters in Rochester, News 8.
Thanks, Allie. This is an expansive story, to say the least. A lot of moving parts. For all of the updates as we get them, you can find them at rochesterfirst.com.